Hi, this is Pete Ekman with RoboZoneTV and the RoboZone podcast. This guy right here is a stranger to the podcast, are you, Chris?
No, it's been a pleasure to be on it with you.
Chris was one of our very first interviewees when we did this last year. We're coming up on our 50th episode.
Yeah, that's great.
It is. We're going to get Don Bosey. I got the president first on the line for that, so it's going to be pretty cool. Chris, how's your team approaching the game this year with Power Up?
We've really focused on trying to be flexible. We think the game strategy is going to change a lot week to week. So we know we have to be really flexible and be able to play well with other teams and find out a strategy that works really well for everybody. I think it's really hard to read how the game is going to play out right now.
I was looking at a couple of your practice matches. I saw this giant air tank on that robot. Tell us about that air tank and why are you using such a big tank this year?
Yeah, what we did was we committed to kind of a really new strategy for us to do an all-air system. So our entire elevator is air-powered, as well as our intake claw. So it consumes a massive amount of air, and we have no compressor. So we have a 5-gallon tank for our normal teleop operations, and then we have 6 of the clipper tanks just dedicated to our climb.
So I think if you had any more air in that thing, it might take off. That was last year's game, though, right? That was the airships from last year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're more able to fly this year.
Yeah, and we'll be watching them fly around. What weeks are you competing this year, Chris?
We're at Kettering week 2, so we're really happy to come back. We love the Kettering event, and we're also going to Marysville in week 6, and another great event that we've won before, so we're really happy to go back there.
And what do you think the biggest hurdle everyone's going to have this year for all the teams?
I think the game's going to get a little rough, and there's a lot of the field elements that you can get your robot hung up on. So I think it's going to be really tough on robots trying to keep them running this year.
Well, Chris, thanks for coming on the podcast. Thanks for coming on and being interviewed for today.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job with the podcast. There's so much valuable information for the teams. Even for veteran teams like ours, we've learned so much from the podcast.